Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is SK Crypto K, and today, the final days of summer. Supply shock is here, and it's only getting deeper. Let's get into it. Yo, appreciate your time, and just know that I'm SK Crypto K, and today you should join my crypto club. Maybe by the end, earn some dividends, so in advance, I'ma thank you right now for that sub. Hey! Yo, let's go. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Let me preface everything by saying that I am not a financial advisor, and these are for entertainment and informational purposes only.
Wow, look at that chart go. That thing keeps going up and up and up, even though the market isn't looking too hot.
Oh yeah, I remember the days earlier this year when I can show off this portfolio comparing Elephant money to your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB, where those ones would be red and only Elephant would show green. And with time, this is only going to get more and more pronounced as it truly decouples from the rest of the market. So you can see during the final days of this summer, the majority of the month of August has been yet another winning month for Elephant. Because despite what the BNB Elephant chart is doing, we've recently entered the zone where we are decoupling away from BNB. In this chart put together by Jed, one of the admins in Elephant Money, you'll see how they transposed in the faded candles in the background the BNB chart, which as the market goes down with it, the Elephant chart at the same time has decoupled as of the middle of the month here in August and is continuing to break away. And so if anyone wants to try and tell you otherwise, you could just throw this video in their face and show them how Elephant token is winning. Because you can go to DEX tools and do this with any of your other favorite protocols, where for example my other favorite platform, Drip, when you flip it, it looks an awful lot like the other chart anyway. You can just flip back and forth and barely see a difference between the two, as opposed to coming to Elephant and that is simply just not the case. One is going up, 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 the other one's being cluttered. So don't get it twisted.
All right, SK, so what are we talking about today? What's on the agenda?
Well, I was rummaging through Medium and I happened to find this really cool Elephant article titled 1+ trillion elephant per day deepens the supply shock up and away.
Ooh, this one might be kind of interesting, huh?
I figured for this one we'd do it a little bit differently and have a read along. So pay attention. You and I are alike, aren't we? Searching for financial freedom and a sustainable vehicle to take you there. Yet, you hear it all the time, everywhere in crypto, constantly inundated with trash shills like
invest in baby Shiba Doge Whale Moon Rocket Finance, the next 100x gem, let's go.
Yet, how do you sift through the riffraff and know which project actually has the right dev, marketing, and math to support those 100x claims? What is the title of this article even referring to? 1+ trillion per day of what? To? From? When? And where? Obviously, do your own research, but allow me to give you some food for thought along your journey. So let's start with why Elephant token is different. Now, the mechanics here are vastly different from your typical token, where liquidity is in the hands of the earliest investors and the wealthy. You've been there, you've done that. That typical model is what you see in projects such as SafeMoon, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and majority of the other tokens. But Elephant money is different. And let's start with why nobody should be afraid of whales in the Elephant money ecosystem. They cannot dump all over you as you are accustomed to in most other protocols.
Oh yeah, well, why is that, bruh? What do you mean?
Well, the main difference for Elephant money whales versus the rest is that when the Elephant Treasury, Bertha, is firing on all cylinders, any one of the human holders can dump their entire bag and the chart would barely feel it and bounce right back.
Whoa, why is that? What do you mean?
Because in this model, the liquidity is in the hands of the protocol absorbing more tokens, as opposed to the liquidity being in the hands of the investors that can sell on a whim and damage the chart. So don't get it twisted, selling's fine. Take them profits, son, you know what I mean? However, my point is the other projects lack solid protections and backstops to prevent chart crashes, especially compared to new token startups that always have low liquidity. More on that later, but let's take a look at one example of why elephant money whales are not to be feared. The elephant graveyard. This mechanic is the perfect example to demonstrate. As you should know by now, the elephant graveyard is a smart contract that holds 50% of the elephant tokens and grows to 51% via reflections over time before rebalancing back down to 50%. That rebalance mechanism handles 10 trillion tokens, selling half or 5 trillion tokens on the chart for BNB, and then pairing that BNB with the remaining 5 trillion tokens and then added to liquidity. This sell event is a coveted and highly anticipated community event for folks to scoop up cheap elephant tokens. Depicted below is the last major rebalance pre-exploit during the parabolic run-up. So you'll see over here between the beginning of March all the way until the beginning of April, you did have one rebalance event right here, which was this large red candlestick. And you'll also notice how nobody gave a damn, son, and that chart just kept on going up. So continuing on, during that parabolic rise above, that 5 trillion sell didn't really hurt much, did it? So then ask yourself, outside of the number one human holder of Elephant, who currently has 8.2 trillion tokens, who happens to be friendly and has never sold, who else can sell 5 trillion or more tokens on the chart?
Hey, spoiler alert, nobody signed.
That's right. When you look here, you already know the top 4 contracts we've reviewed before are for the protocol. And then starting with number 5, you have the top holder with 8.2 trillion tokens. But everybody underneath that is at 4.6 trillion tokens or less. And I believe there's only about 41 total trillionaires in the protocol, and most of those trillionaire holders have been in the protocol since day one. They are hardcore believers and unlikely to cause a run on the bank and dump all of their bags at the same time. Their mission right now is to hold and help squeeze the supply shock so that elephant billionaires can become dollar millionaires too. The top 4 contracts hold most of the elephant token, and this protocol owned liquidity is vast and designed to keep growing via Bertha. Hence the latest Peanuts contract and Buy with Bertha campaigns to supercharge the protocol owned liquidity growth, which you can read my article over here for more detail. However, most low liquidity projects cannot even compete. And fun fact, Elephant Money is nearly the 12th largest holder of BNB in the entire Binance Smart Chain, meaning the liquidity runs deeper than some of your favorite projects out there combined.
Oh, hot damn, boy.
Yep, and you can see down here, Elephant is in 13th place, but is only trailing the 12th place by 6 BNB. Yeah, 6 BNB. So, moving on. Supply shocking into the final days of summer. This is where it gets fun. By now, with all of your previous research and what we just discussed above, you should understand the importance of the protocol-owned liquidity and what protections it provides versus these typical tokens. Bertha is absorbing billions of tokens daily thanks to Peanuts and Buy with Bertha. But more importantly, Elephant tokens are leaving the Pancake Swap liquidity pairs in droves. Specifically, 1.629 trillion tokens per day. And you can get that current rate by adding the 2 numbers below and dividing them by a 7-day week. This is an excerpt from Dune, made by your dude, Daedalus. Shout out. But it tracks both of the pancake pair LPs, so you can see the quote-unquote growth of the Elephant BNB and also down here the Elephant BUSD, but both have shed trillions of Elephant token. BNB having lost 7.6 trillion tokens and BUSD having shed 3.8 trillion tokens. So when you take 7.6 plus your 3.8, You have 11.4 trillion tokens that have left the protocol over the last 7 days for a 1.628 trillion token per day. So to continue on, it does not matter whether those LPs are landing in the hands of investors or Bertha. It only matters that they are pulled out of circulation to allow the current supply shock to deepen. And according to Bank Teller, if we collectively pull 59 trillion more tokens out of the LPs, specifically 25 trillion from BNB and 34 trillion from BUSD, then we can achieve the previous all-time high of 56 cents per million elephant tokens, which conservatively at a rate of 1 trillion a day, that's only 60 days away from right now. However, at the current rate of 1.629 trillion per day, we could be at all-time high in 36.2 days.
No way. No way. Are you kidding me, son? There ain't no damn way that thing gonna be down 36 down. Come on, man. Come on, bruh.
Yes, you read that correctly.
Obviously, there's volatility in the market and rates can slow or speed up, but if I were you, I would consider being greedy and obtaining as much elephant token as you can before Bertha soaks it up, and understand that every dip on the chart is a buying opportunity. The tax structure and system is designed to strengthen the protocol-owned liquidity whenever weak hands shake out. And that's evident with the sell tax because those reflections are either going to the graveyard and or Bertha, since the Elephant Treasury does count as the #1 holder of Elephant. And you know that the reflections go to all of the Elephant holders based on their relative size. So the larger Bertha gets, the more tokens she absorbs. Do not forget that. And then here is an excerpt of a pinned message that Bank Teller put out, which is roughly what we've talked about before, so you can pause and read. But the last section is interesting because the question is, what can I do to accelerate the recovery? And the answer is to set up a MetaMask for someone with income whose life you want to change. Maybe consider gifting them between $100 to $10,000 worth of Elephant. Encourage them to get fully onboarded, learn the system, and contribute their own capital while things are still taking off. What we need more than anything right now is more holders. We need to get the word out, and we need Elephant to impact more lives to be more relevant now in these next 15 to 90 days. So remember to spread the word and grow your herd. Gift some Elephant to your loved ones, your neighbors, your coworkers, your family, etc. Because the timing is now, and the urgency is real. The herd has entered the supply shock parabola, and it's about to get very interesting very quickly. There are different variables at play too. We do not need to be at the exact pre-exploit Bertha values to supply shock. There are more holders holding more Elephant than before, meaning less than the LP circulating supply. So what I'd like you to do is look at the Elephant treasuries in these two photos below and spot the difference. What do you see?
Well, I see a lampshade, yeah, and the silhouette of a figure. I noticed that they're using the Brave browser. That's a really good browser, by the way. Yeah, I like.
No, you clown. Look at the Elephant Treasury. This says 126 trillion tokens at a value of, what is that? $2.19 million. And by the way, shout out to Ollie for this photo. On Telegram, they are Peter Pan Elephant Man. But this photo was taken on January 27th of this year, well before the exploit. And so with 126 trillion tokens at 2.1 million USD, let's compare that to today. An Elephant treasury of 92 trillion, so it's less, but an Elephant value of 8.6 million, which is more. Spot the difference?
Yeah, of course I do. You just told me.
I'm just reading what's in front of me, bruh. This is for the people who aren't watching the video.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
But do you see the vast difference in Elephant value? 2.1 million at 126 trillion in the past versus 8.6 million at 92 trillion currently. This is what I mean by more elephant holders existing with less elephant tokens in the LPs than before. Meaning the steep upward price action will happen at a smaller Bertha token amount than before. As Bertha grows, the value will exponentially rise rather than linearly too. So doubling 92 trillion to 184 trillion does not double value from 8.6 million to 17.2 million. You need to think exponentially. That value will go up way higher than 17 million.
That's right, exponentiality. Yeah, that's a big word.
Just like in this Dune chart, remember in red, as the Elephant Treasury grows, then the elephant value spikes up with it exponentially, which is also the reason why you do not have to worry about trunk peg either. The elephant supply shock must occur first. Everything becomes fixed once Bertha is squeezing elephant token price through the roof. This exponential value growth will not only perform easier daily buybacks of the trunk BUSD to support the peg, but will pay any and all Stampede debts at peg. The parabolic value of elephant translates to less elephant being sold off to pay for any of the above I just mentioned. For more information, I'd link my previous article detailing that. Moving on. Obtain 100 billion by 100 trillion. Everything described above is why whenever you hear the cliche 100x being thrown around for elephant, you might want to pay attention. Knowing that if I were new to elephant money, I would strive for at least 100 billion tokens, or as close to it as you can damn get, because that is roughly $10,000 while we are at 9.4 cents per million tokens, and you want to get there before Bertha absorbs 100 trillion tokens, currently at 92. One of the main reasons why is that as Bertha is getting closer to 100 trillion tokens, the supply shock curve is already deepening, and you will soon find yourself at the point of no return. That chart will just keep going up. So remember, an amount of 100 billion tokens would be $1 million at the easy 100x that is coming up.
And if you happen to be really wild and share my belief that elephant token will 500x and beyond, then please follow my Medium and other socials as I catalog the journey.
So let's imagine a 500x for a minute. This would mean your 100 billion tokens would be $5 million. Once the taxes revert back to 10% to reflect tokens back to the elephant graveyard and other users, this would translate into a 5% APR for you in reflections alone that you can sell without dipping below the 100 billion mark. And important to note, the taxes will revert back to 10%. The Buy with Bertha campaign and the 8.5% is purely to build Bertha up right now and for the foreseeable future, but the main model will be the 10%. Continuing on, 5% APR of a potential $5 million is $250,000 per year. And the reason I say that is because you should treat Elephant as the shares you hold and skim reflections. You want to hodl this ish like it's Bitcoin and take advantage of this cheap trunk at the moment because it will return to peg at $1 when the elephant value is deeper into the supply shock. So at which point, if elephant token is your share value, then you should use Trunk native staking as your checking account and Stampede as your savings account. That's the cycle of taking profit from elephant money. And so that is it. Buckle up everybody, because the next 15 to 90 days are going to be very interesting. So thank you for taking the time to join me on this read along. Please be sure to follow me and hold clap for the fitty, comment, and share around. And for more information, you can watch my video below, which isn't there yet, which happens to be this video you're watching now.
Whoa, I just got really confused, huh?
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you found value in this article that we read together, and I hope you're feeling as bullish as I am about this protocol. The time is now. The protocol is winning. You cannot afford to stay on the sidelines and let this opportunity slip. So if you're already in the herd, be sure you are spreading this around to everyone that you can and getting them in at the ground floor of this life-changing money. We have already seen this concept of supply shock and the Elephant Treasury system work for you. We had a crystal ball, that showed us the future. That was February and March earlier this year. We've already seen this at play. And now that everything is buttoned up and more bulletproof than ever before, it is a no-brainer that this protocol is about to change your life. The time is now. Take advantage of it. And thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you vibe with me and would like to join my Telegram community, then find the link down below. And if you happen to join my herd, then please be sure to DM me your wallet address so then I can include you in my monthly raffle where I give back 50% of my rewards back down to you in a community voted amount of winners. And I kindly thank you in advance. And thank you to those who already support me. And until next time, please stay safe out there, stay blessed, and make good choices with your crypto.
I can't believe it, man. I got butterflies in my stomach and y'all know what to do. Go ahead now. Spread the word. Grow your herd. That's the word, you heard. Peace out.